It was an extreme crowd of reporters and cameras, and our own Steven D'Souza was right there in that crush. As we look live outside the door, still cameras trained on that entrance. Steven D'Souza joining me as we keep an eye on the live shot. Tell us about that moment just before 7:30, finally seeing Harvey Weinstein and what's happening there right now.
That's right, reporters and cameras had been out here since about 4 a.m. anticipating that moment, and you heard the reporters there yelling at Harvey to try to get any reaction from the disgraced movie mogul. And in fact, there were some passers-by as well. One guy in a very thick New York accent just yelled, "Throw the book at the bum." And as you saw, Weinstein didn't really say anything as he went into the precinct. He's in there now, expected to be there possibly for a couple of hours. And as you can see, reporters still have their cameras trained on the door, because the shot that they really want to see, and the one that the dozens of women who have accused Harvey Weinstein of sexual assault want to see, is the disgraced movie mogul being led out in handcuffs. And so we know now that he is expected to face 2 charges, one of rape, one of sexual assault. The rape charge, we believe, is from an accuser who has not made her story public. The sexual assault charge, though, is related to aspiring actress Lucia Evans, who told her story to the New Yorker back in October, which really led to the flood of accusations and started the Me Too movement. But up until this point, Weinstein hadn't faced any charges, but that's going to change today. And we are hearing reports that he has, in fact, already worked out a deal when it comes to bail, Heather, that he will be released on bail of about $1 million, but he will be forced to give up his passport as well. He will be forced to wear a tracking monitor. And so he'll spend some time inside the precinct here and then head to court later this morning.
So going to be booked, as they say, and all of those procedural things done. And then, is that what you expect, Stephen? They will actually lead him out that front door again? The colloquial term is the perp walk. You know, you see him in handcuffs for reporters to see, and then before he's taken off to court. Is that what's expected next?
That's at least what all the reporters out here are expecting, and that's why they have their cameras ready to go and train. There are, of course, cameras waiting at the courthouse as well to get the shot of him going in there, and that's where he'll be headed. And that's where we're expected to get more details about the 2 charges. But we also know that while these charges are being laid this morning, that there are still investigations going on. There is a federal investigation going on into whether in committing some of the alleged crimes that Weinstein may have cross state lines, which would make it a federal case. And also there's also an investigation looking into some financial impropriety into some fundraising activities that he did early on. And so this is just perhaps the beginning of what could be a very long court process for the disgraced movie mogul. And as you can see, it's already garnered a lot of attention, a lot of people passing by, including, I noticed, 1 or 2 people in the entertainment industry who perhaps live in the neighborhood, who wanted to see what was going on but didn't want to speak on the record about this. So definitely this will be closely watched as it transpires throughout the day and in the coming months.
It's so interesting, Stephen, too, yes, the women who have made accusations on social media saying this is a day they never actually hoped, they never actually dreamed would take place, and they are following with tremendous interest, as well as are we. And good to have you there in position for all of what will develop there in Lower Manhattan. Thank you, Steven D'Souza in New York.